Hey there, my name is Paul, and I turned 50 this year. So I made a commitment that I'm going to make 50 videos about my favorite hobby, tabletop role-playing games. I'm going to cover things like character development, DM tips, and reviews. And what happens after 50 videos? I'll let you decide. Hey everybody, and welcome to my first episode of my 50 video challenge that I've put out to myself since I turned 50 this year. I said I'm going to make 50 videos about my favorite hobby, which is tabletop RPGs. And I am going to tentatively call this particular segment character driven. And so I want to talk to you today about my first second edition Pathfinder character I made. Now, this is not going to all be about Pathfinder or second edition. It's going to be about the character process of where I'm thinking, and maybe give you guys some ideas on developing some characters of your own, maybe in a similar fashion, or to at least go maybe a little bit of a deeper dive in creating backstory and things like that. Because, you know, our characters will always be more important to us than they are to our GMs. Our GMs mostly are trying to get through a game, which I completely understand, having GM'd many, many games. But I also, as a GM, try to care about the characters that are at the table. They have storylines. They have places they're trying to go, things they're trying to do. And I want to try to help facilitate that if I can. And in fact, I just had somebody, text me, one of my players text me today and say, hey, listen, I'd like to take such and such feat. This would really help complete some goals that I have for my character. So, we have to remember that if we're GMing that, characters have goals, places they want to reach, things they want to do. And so I want to try to help, like I said, facilitate that if I can. And, once again, we're only going to care about it as much as, more so than the GM. So that's why, putting this together, hopefully will both make GMs and players alike want to, care about their characters on a little bit deeper level as far as story and as far as helping facilitate adventures that may come out of that. So in this particular character, which is for second edition, I'm not a big, you can look at the numbers, and the numbers are the numbers. I'm not a big min-max guy. I care about the story. I care about the character. I want them to do well. I don't want them to die in the first adventure if I can help it. But I don't mind it either because, I just like some realistic characters that can do some stuff, and hopefully my GM will have mercy on me and keep me from dying if that's even possible. So for me, my character right here, as you look up top here, and it gives you kind of everything you need to know about this character that I've created called Keenam. And Keenam is an elf monk. She's medium, and she has the background of a criminal, and that's where the story begins there. Keenam and her dad were criminals. They would do some exporting, importing of things that were not quite legal. And what happened was that they wound up getting caught, and the dad actually wound up escaping and kind of left his daughter behind that we know of. We don't know if that was on purpose or not, but according to Keenam, she thinks that may have been that he just left her and, was gone. And so, she wound up going to court, gave her the option of either, going into the monastery or going to jail, and she chose the monastery. And so there's, lots of little threads there that you can take from that because Keenam, whose dad is missing, she could eventually run into him later. She could also, find out whether he had left her on purpose or not. She has that, struggle within her between her criminal past and now all these new disciplines that she's learning, which at first level she's still struggling. She's kind of out on parole, if you will, when she goes adventuring with the other adventurers because they're trying to get her into some atmosphere, and this is like a rehab. The adventure group's like a rehab group for her to be able to figure these things out. And she's lawful neutral, and so she's got to, keep the law, but, she has her ideas on, other things. But she's going to try to stay lawful as much as she can and go from there. I did give her the draconic language because I want to make it to where she mostly did business with lizard folk and that kind of language. So that may lead to all kinds of dragon opportunities, things like that. Other things that she did as far as her character goes, she took, various, traits and things. She took down here, I gave her tiger stance, which is kind of cool because she can do some tiger claws, and then on critical successes, I believe. She can move 10 feet after doing that, so she can jump around, move around a lot, which is kind of cool. And, so another thing that I think that makes her kind of cool in this sense is that because her name's Key, she actually has, and let me go ahead and jump out of here and show you this. She has a key tattooed on the back of her neck, which I think is very, very cool, and that's why she was named Key. Now, another element of this could be, amongst the other threads, that being her father, that being the struggle between her criminal past and now learning discipline as part of that, and she's trying to get along with that. But she also has this key on the back of her neck, and now I don't know, the options there is that is a key to something that was put upon her to remind her dad or something that this is the key that he once had. He could remake the key. It fits into something. Or it could be that Keenam is the key to something, which I find even more fascinating, that she could be the key to something, but we don't know. And these are clues that I would want my GM to pick up on if I was playing a little long term. But because this is second edition play testing and you're changing characters, things like that, I don't expect that. But I will keep her, and hopefully a GM will pick up on something like that and be able to, kind of build some side stories that will help facilitate that. Now, let's take it a little bit further. What if she had a twin sister and had a tattoo of a keyhole? Now you have where you're trying to, part of the adventure could be where you are, where she now is trying to find her sister, because when they get together, maybe that unlocks something, right? Or if you're just using this and you want to use this for some adventure threads for your own game, why not have two people that if they connect, you're trying to reconnect them so that they can, accomplish something. That what is required is, these two things to be together for, this secret vault to be able to open up, and you have to get them both there. And there's people obviously who do not want them to get there, so they are trying all they can to prevent that. So you're trying to protect, maybe Keenam, trying to protect her, but also another group maybe has her sister, and you're trying to get her sister back, all that kind of stuff. There's all kinds of, threads that you can do with that. And so hopefully in the future, Keenam will play a really cool part in some adventure, and some GM will pick up on that and go, hey, you know what, we could figure this part out here. Or like I said, you can use it for your own adventure and just say, okay, maybe if you have a sibling in game, you have matching tattoos, and if you put them together, something happens. So, but that's it. That's just kind of my thoughts, my general thoughts on my first character for second edition, and hopefully I've given you today some good ideas for maybe creating your own character, some other elements that provide little threads, whether you're a first-time player or a long-time player. I'd encourage you, dive a little bit deeper. It doesn't have to be super deep. You don't have to, figure out everything about them, but at least some hanging threads that a GM could pick up on, and some things that would make maybe your character a little bit more interesting in regards to what the future could hold for them. So, but if you like the video and you would like me to continue to making videos, I'm still going to make 50 no matter what. If I go beyond 50, it'll be because you guys either like the video, comment on the video. I would love your comments, other thoughts and suggestions. I think it would be very, very cool to hear your thoughts and ideas on this. And of course, if you are interested and you would like to be updated on my rest of the 50 that I'm going to put up here, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. So, well, that's it for today, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video.